Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to Homer Stryker Field for Northwoods League Baseball. Today, the Rockford Rivets take on the Kalamazoo Growlers in Game 3 of a three-game set after a doubleheader yesterday. Both games had their share of controversy between these two teams who kind of worked out to not like each other very much this year, as the Rivets took the first three games they played against the Kalamazoo Growlers this year, but since then it's been four straight wins by the Growlers, two of them coming last night. First one, 11-5 victory as the Rivets took the lead going into the bottom of the sixth in the seven-inning game, and then in the top of the seventh, or the bottom of the sixth, it was all Growlers as they had a barrage of runs, some of them coming off of a controversial call where the umpire said that Parker Bates dropped the ball instead of lost it on the transfer, so that wasn't able to get an out. Instead, that advanced Nico Cavadas and scored a few runs, and it went on from there. As in the second game, the game was knotted in the bottom of the seventh, and there was some controversy when runners on the corners, a base hit up the middle, thus most likely giving the game-winning run to the Kalamazoo Growlers, but the man on first, Jordan Bowersox, left the base pass to go celebrate with his teammates, and the umpires did not catch that and thus left the field. And by the time Brian Smith and the Rockford Rivets managers and team could catch up and say, hey, their runner left the base pass, and according to Rule 509B, he should be out. Well, they were gone, and the score was final, so a 4-3 walk-off win. And now the two-man crew, umpiring crew, moves to a three-man crew as John White gets called in. And first pitch is into left field and into the glove of Jordan Bowersox, the man that was at the heart of that controversy. Cade Bonnell was the man who flew out. The rest of the lineup: Kean O'Brien batting second, Parker Bates in third, Logan Michaels fourth, Jacob Vanderwall fifth, Hal Hughes sixth, Pat Leffler seventh, Zach Segal eighth, and Brennan Reback will play left field and round out the lineup. On the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers today, it is number 12, Kyle Verbitsky, 6'6", 235-pound Penn State pitcher, as that one's hit high to right field and into the glove of Baron Radcliffe. Baron Radcliffe's in right, Zach Daniels in center. Out number 2. That was good contact from Kean O'Brien. Verbitsky on the year 1-1 record in 7 games started, 3.85 ERA, 35 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 44 hits allowed. An opposing batting average against him of 3.01, an opposing on base percentage of 346. First pitch there is a ball. Count goes 1-0 for Parker Bates, batting in the 3 spot today and playing center field. That one hits the strike zone, called strike. Count goes even at 1-1. That one swung on by Bates. A chance at second for Sullivan, and the throw to first for out number 3. A 1-2-3 top of the first. We'll be right back for the bottom of the inning. Welcome back to Rivets Stadium, or Homer Stryker Field, excuse me. Sorry, I'm still stuck in Homeland. It's been a quick couple days. On the mound at the bottom of the first inning and starting off for the Rockford Rivets, it's number 20, Jimmy Burnett. Burnett, lefty out of Chicago, Illinois, plays his college ball at the University of Illinois. 6'2", 190 pounds. The lefty is 0-2 this year, 4.71 ERA in 2 games started, 8 total appearances, 1 save, 21 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 15 hits. So that's why the on-base percentage against him is .442. The batting average is .208. He had a no-hitter through 5 2/3 innings his last time up. Now Sullivan will step up to the plate to see the first pitch from Burnett. Misses off the plate. Count goes 1-0. Lineup for the Growlers is Sullivan leading off, Mervis second, Bowersox third, Foster fourth, Cavadas fifth, Radcliffe sixth as that one swung on, and a leadoff base hit by the Kalamazoo Growlers. Sullivan's on with a single. Bottom 3 are Daniels, Miller, and Hall. Now Matt Mervis steps up. Last time out, his past 2 appearances, he has picked up the loss. Both of them only 2 earned runs allowed his last time out, and the out before it was 3 earned runs. That pitch misses the strike zone. That one was close. Count goes 1-0. Defensive alignment for the Rockford Rivets. Reback in left, Parker Bates in center, Jacob Vanderwall in right. Zach Segal, Hal Hughes, Keane O'Brien, and Pat Leffler make up the infield, and behind the plate, catching that strike from Jimmy Burnett is Logan Michaels. Now a 1-1 count. Here's a 1-1 as time was called right before that, as Sullivan over at first bluffed a steal attempt. 1-1, no outs. Runner on first up coming here. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Mervis is behind 1-2 now. Mervis listed as a pitcher on the roster out of Duke, Mr. Baseball, Maryland. Swing and a miss there. And that's going to be safe over at third. So basically what happened, it was a strike 3, wild pitch, and then Logan Michaels picked it up, and an error by him to advance the runner Sullivan to third. Sorry, a lot of craziness there, as it could not have been a drop third strike with a runner on first. But an advancement on a wild pitch to second, and then advancement by Sullivan on an error by Logan Michaels. And that's a called strike. So with 1 out, sacrifice opportunities are available right now as Jordan Bowersox sees the 0-1. That one should be a playable ball for Hal Hughes over a short, but a sacrifice hit nonetheless. And the first run is across. So as of right now, that is an unearned run against Jimmy Burnett. But a run nonetheless, and he's in line for a loss here early. Now it's Jonathan Foster. He's 1 away from setting a franchise record for home runs in a season, tying it. Florida State Seminole compacts and pop, plays catcher. That one a swing and a foul ball. Count goes 0-2. Batting .301 on the year, 19 ribbies as well for the Seminole. Here's the 0-2, swung on, fouled back. Count stays 0-2. Foster, one of the other catchers alongside Brennan Rivoli. Foster sees a ball there. He's originally from LaGrange, Georgia. 6 foot, 200 pounds, so not the biggest guy in the world, but man, he knows how to pop that ball over the fence. And that's the reason why he's the leader in home runs for this Growlers team. That 1-2 misses in the dirt. Count goes 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on here. 1-0. The Growlers lead the Rivets. That one misses, and now Foster's worked it full. Excuse me. Strike 3 called, and we're out of the inning. We'll be right back for the top of the second. Logan Michaels will lead us off here in the top of the second. First pitch to him, called strike. Count goes 0-1. Another called strike. Counts now 0-2. Verbitsky coming right at him to start this off. Never said the defensive alignment for the Growlers. Bowersox, Daniels, Radcliffe make up the outfield. Miller, Hall, Sullivan, and Cavadas make up the infield. And Jonathan Foster will be the pitcher, or the catcher, catching from Verbitsky today. There's a ball on the inside. Count goes 1-2. That one misses high. Counts now 2-2. Some of the other scores from now Northwoods League. We are almost final up in Battle Creek, not too far away from here. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Battle Creek leads Fond du Lac as the 2-2's coming now from Verbitsky. And a swing and a miss, and so Logan Michaels strikeout started off. Got Mankato losing 7-1 to Rochester at Mayo Field up in Minnesota. Kenosha 2-0 over Wisconsin Rapids. Green Bay up 2-1 over Lakeshore. Wisconsin Woodchucks 3-2 over Madison right now. They're coming off their big win, 21-12 over the Madison Mallards. Waterloo is tied with Eau Claire 0-0. And Bismarck and Duluth just about to get going up at Wade Stadium. That one swung on, high fly ball to right field. Routine play for Barron Radcliffe maybe, right on the line in right field for out number 2. Good swing there from Vanderwall on the first crack, but a little bit too high, not enough distance on it. Now Hal Hughes makes his way up. 15 ribbies on the year for Hal. As Verbitsky sets some fires. Swinging first pitch, foul down the right field line. There's more games going on today. At 4:05 Central, Wilmar plays St. Cloud, and at 5:05 Thunder Bay is at La Crosse. This is off the plate. Count goes 1-1 now. Hal Hughes playing shortstop today. He played short in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, did not play in the second. Here's the 1-1. Inside, count goes 2-1 there. Here's the 2-1. Swung on up the middle, a chance for the shortstop, and the throw over to first for out number 3. Great play by Sam Hall over there, and no hits for the Rivets through 2. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. Nico Cavadas will lead us off for the bottom of the second. First pitch from Jimmy Burnett is high. Lefty on lefty matchup right here for the Notre Dame product Cavada to the Illinois pitcher, from the Illinois pitcher, Jimmy Burnett. That one goes high again. Counts now 2-0. Jimmy Burnett on the season, 29 walks for him, which is 6 away from tying the franchise single season record at 35. Jimmy Burnett, that's one of the things he's come here and he's really struggled with, and he's done well in a lot of other phases, but Brian Smith has talked to me about it, and he says he knows Jimmy Burnett has more walks than he should, and that's why he's here working on it. That one's right down the middle. Called strike. Count goes 3-1. That one's going to miss inside, and the 30th walk of the season is to Nico Cavadas, one of the all-stars for this Rivets, or for this Growlers squad. One of the other ones now is on deck in Zach Daniels, but first, Baron Radcliffe will step up. Radcliffe out of Georgia Tech, 4 home runs on the year, one of them yesterday. First pitch is going to miss low. Count's going to go 1-0. That one swung on. Double play opportunity. Keane O'Brien catches for 1, throws to second for 1, and the throw to Pat Leffler finishes it off. That's a 4-6-3 double play there. And the bases are back empty as Zach Daniels, the other position player for the Growlers to make the all-star team, as Cavadas just walked off. As it was Cavadas and Daniels making the all-star team in the field, and on the bump, Mason Shinneberry as well, the closer, star relief pitcher for this Growlers squad, who we saw twice yesterday, as the Growlers called him in to finish both games against these Rockford Rivets. The 0-1 right now from Burnett to Daniels. Called strike, curveball found its way into the zone. Daniels watched it go by. Now an 0-2 coming. Here's the 0-2, 2 outs. Nobody on, swung on, foul down the first base line. Count stays 0-2, 25th pitch of the day for Jimmy Burnett. 10th of the inning, 11th upcoming. Here's the 0-2. Way outside, count's gonna go 1-2 now. Jimmy Burnett, 6'2", 190 pounds. Facing off against Zach Daniels, who stands 6'1", 195. That one, breaking ball, swing and a miss, and another strikeout from Jimmy Flo to end the inning. We'll be right back for the top of the third. First pitch to Pat Leffler is a called ball, count 1-0. That one hit to the opposite side down the left field line. Counts now 2-0 for Leffler. Leffler started game 1 yesterday over at first, and he was the home run hero with 2 home runs, the first multi-home run game on the season by any Rivet, as that one is going to be a pretty simple 1-3 ground out right back to the pitcher Verbitsky, who hasn't allowed a base runner yet. And now Zach Segal will try and advance, try and get ahead of the Kerr versus Verbitsky, who's looked pretty good thus far. Untouchable on the mound through 2 1/3. 161 batting average and an RBI on the year for Segal. Swung on, that one's going to be right to Sam Hall over at short, and the throw to first for the out, the second out of the inning. That was a 1-pitch out. Now Brennan Reback's going to make his way up. Brennan Reback, a couple singles yesterday in the second game, which he played. And both of them were actually infield singles, and that's his forte. That's where he can make you pay, is his ability to get ahead of the ball, put it in play, and then try and chase one out. Any tough play by an infielder, and he could be in business. 227 on the year, 17 ribbies. Squares to bunt, pulls back. Count goes 1-0 for Reback. Central Arizona outfielder will play his next year at Central Arizona and then most likely transfer. That one swung on. Cavadas will catch that one, and it goes foul over there at first. And it was awfully close. Count's going to go 1-1. Temperature is pretty up and up here in Kalamazoo, 88 degrees right now. A couple clouds in the sky, but mostly the sun is rearing its hot head. The 1-1 now. Check swing didn't go, it was high. Count goes 2-1 now for Reback. Now the 2-1, that one swung on. Should be a routine play, but with the bobble by Sullivan, it will be scored as an error. I mean, that's one of those, you know, even if he recovers from that bobble better than he did there, it's still an infield single, maybe, for Brennan Reback, who has the wheels to make him pay on plays like that. Back to the top of the lineup now as the perfect game gone, but the no-hitter still going here in the third inning for Verbitsky. And maybe that's gone now. And Reback's going to hold up at second. And Reback advances to second base. Bunnell on. First pitch swinging against Verbitsky, so all of a sudden, an E4 puts the perfect game away, and a single to right field puts the no-hitter away. And Verbitsky, with the first time today, has a runner in scoring position, and it's a guy that a base hit could easily score him, and the guy at the plate who has already shown he can have success at this ballpark with a home run in Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. Kean O'Brien. Going to see the 0-0 runners on first and second. Breaking ball misses. Count goes 1-0 for Kean O'Brien. Flied out to right field his last time up. Here's the 1-0. That one misses. Count now 2-0. Reback has the man on second right now. He reached on the error, but he's actually very recently set the single season record for most times walking in a season. 31 walks on the year. Beats the previous record as that one misses count. Now it goes 3-0. Speaking of walking, one ball away from loading the bases, Rubitsky. Ricardo Ramirez in 2016 and Ryan Hutchinson in 2017 each had 30 walks for the Rivets. But it was Brendan Reback this year, 31 walks. Maybe not the top record that you want to get, but a record nonetheless for a young franchise here in Rockford. That one is in the zone. Count goes 3-1. A chance to add to his RBI total of 4 with a base hit here. Most likely could do it. A 3-1 coming. Swing and a miss. And now Verbitsky has worked it full. His 30th pitch of the day. With 2 outs and a full count, runners, they'll be splitting as soon as Verbitsky starts to throw, and that should definitely be able to score Reback on a base hit, but a swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout as well as Verbitsky thought about it. He's going to have to be careful there. Pulls out and steps off the rubber. Reback as well has the record for most games played, now with 38 on the year. Runners are going, called strike 3. And Kean O'Brien watches it go by, and we'll be right back for the bottom of the third. First pitch there from Jimmy Burnett hits Jared Miller, so he is on with a hit by pitch, and real quick, nobody out, one on for the Kalamazoo Growlers. It did not look very good. Right in a spot where you would not want to get hit very often, as Jimmy Burnett's 28th pitch puts a base runner on. Leader right now in hit by pitches as a pitcher is Evan Snyder. That one misses off the plate. Count goes 1-0 for Sam Hall, number 9 hitter in this lineup. Evan Snyder has clinched the record for hit by pitches as a pitcher in a season. He's got 7. Zach Ehring and Clay Moffitt each hit 6. Here's a double play opportunity. There's 6 4, and then an error on the overthrow from Kean O'Brien. So it never went 3. Go down as a fielder's choice and then an error. Hall is at second now. Burnett throws the 0-0, hits the plate. Called strike against Jason Sullivan, who is 1 for 1, single to center field, and then he ended up being the first batter to score in today's game, and the only batter, at least right now, in the 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Glance over at Hall, swing and a miss from Sullivan. Count now 0-2. Snyder is also tied for the most wild pitches in a season by a Rivets pitcher, tied with Nick Drahosel. Each of them have 12. Drahosel was in 2016. Some of the records that you really don't want as a pitcher, but that one swung on. A chance for Hal Hughes to make the play, but it will go by him. And then the throw from the left fielder Reback all the way to Logan Michaels. And the runners each get 1 base, so base hit by Sullivan advances Hall to 3rd base. Still 1-0 here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1 out, runners on 1st and 3rd. That one swung on, fouled away by Matt Mervis. Mervis last time up struck out swinging against Burnett. The bullpens that are situated down the right and left field lines here for each team are currently unoccupied as that one misses. Count goes 1-1. Most likely both teams are trying to get out of the sun and chill out in the shade of the bullpen or the dugout until their name is called to possibly go warm up. 1-1. Misses high. Count goes 2-1. Hall on 3rd, Sullivan on 1st. Burnett kicks and deals. Misses high. Count now 3-1. 1 ball away from loading the bases is Jimmy Burnett. Burnett, long glance over at Sullivan on 1st, a couple of them. And then the pitch, and that one misses, and so the bases are going to be loaded now. Hall on 3rd, Sullivan on 2nd, Mervis on 1st. Jordan Bowersox, who is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice hit to the shortstop that scored Sullivan. Step up. Bowersox, I mentioned at the beginning of the game. Also the man at the heart of the controversy that ended the game last night as he was on 1st. Never touched 2nd in a walk-off finish where there was a force to 2nd the whole time. Now here's Burnett throwing the 0-0. That one's going to be in the strike zone, called strike. Count goes 0-1, 1 out, bases loaded here. 40th pitch of the game upcoming for Jimmy Burnett, 13th of the inning. One misses off the plate. Count goes 1-1. 1-1, swung on, fouled back by Bowersox, and he's now behind 1-2. Bowersox on the year, Penn State junior, Winter Springs, Florida native, 5'9", 180 pounds, has only struck out 13 times on the season. An on-base percentage of .385 for the Penn State junior. Here's the 1-2. Inside, it's going to be Wild, and that will score Hall for the first run at the bottom of the third inning. Score goes 2-0. Everybody advances one now. Now here's a 2-2 upcoming for Bowersox. Still a chance to deal with him, but one run 90 feet away, and the other in scoring position at second. That one swung on and missed, the 14th strikeout of the year for Bowersox. Not a guy that strikes out a lot, but that time he goes down swinging, and Jonathan Foster will have a chance now with 2 outs. Not only would a home run bring 3 runs across, it would also tie the Kalamazoo Growlers single season record. We're getting to that point in the season, if you notice I'm talking about it a lot, where both teams are having their records start to fall. Last time up, Foster struck out looking. First pitch up the middle, it'll be a hit. It'll score at least 1 run. And Mervis rounds to go home, and he's going to be out by 1.5 miles. So Mervis out at the plate, but 1 run does come across. We'll be right back for the bottom, or the top of the 4th. First pitch to Parker Bates is a called strike on the outside. Top of the fourth inning, 3-0. The Growlers lead the Rockford Rivets. John White, home plate umpire, really letting that outside of the plate get called a strike a lot. So that was the first pitch. So working well for Verbitsky as that one goes high and away. Count now 1-2. Again misses high and away. Count now 2-2. One out here. Or no outs here. Nobody on. Top of the fourth. Don't know why I said one out. Really don't. It's hot. 2-2. Swung on. Foul down the first base line. Count stays 2-2. Kyle Verbitsky, 36 pitches on the day. 5 this inning. And now the 6th pitch of this inning and this at-bat for Verbitsky. Swung on in the dirt. Fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Parker Bates staying alive right now. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Tomorrow is one of a rare day off in the Northwoods League, as many of the guys will sleep the entire day probably. Some will maybe take the adventure from Rockford to Chicago or that surrounding area. That one's ripped right up the middle for a base hit. Parker Bates, a gritty 7-pitch at-bat, results in a line drive up the middle and a leadoff single for the Rockford Rivets. Logan Michaels steps up now, struck out swinging his last time up. Vanderwall on deck. And the next schedule after that day off tomorrow, we got a 2-game trip to Fond du Lac and then a 4-game homestand. It's actually a 5-game homestand, 4-day homestand. Doubleheader versus the Lakeshore Chinooks on Thursday night, the July 19th. Then another game on Friday night against the Chinooks. Then 2 games against Kenosha on the 21st and 22nd. Pickoff attempt over to first, unsuccessful. Still an 0-1 count for Logan Michaels at the dish with 1 on first and nobody out. Here's a swing and a miss, and an 0-2 now is the count against Logan Michaels from Kyle Verbitsky. Verbitsky out of Penn State, trying to send down the future Virginia Cavalier. Transfer from Madison. 0-2 swung on and fouled back. Count stays 0-2 on Logan Michaels. Just get enough of that one. 90-mile-per-hour pitch from Verbitsky that time. Another 0-2 coming. 0.67 batting average. That one swung on, high fly ball, but it is out of play down the right field line. So Logan Michaels now refusing to go down on strikes. We'll see what happens this time around. 5th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Another 0-2. That one misses off the plate. Count goes 1-2. Another 0-2, runner on first, no outs here. Verbitsky dealing to Logan Michaels. Here's the swing, and it's going to be a high fly ball. And caught in center field by Zach Daniels for out number 1. Kyle Verbitsky. Now you're going to see Jacob Vanderwall, who had a good shot down the right field line, caught on the line, right on that foul line, and so he is 0 for 1 today, but now with the runner on first, let's see what he can do with 1 out. Another pickoff attempt. As Verbitsky sets and deals a righty on lefty matchup now. First pitch is in there for a called strike. That one swung on opposite side of the field, but it will drift into the party zone in left field out of play. Count goes 0-2. Here's the 0-2 with 1 out. Another pickoff attempt over to first. As Verbitsky trying to keep Parker Bates close over there. Top of the 4th inning right now. 3-0. The Growlers lead the Rockford Rivets. 1 out, runner on first. 0-2 pitch upcoming from Kyle Verbitsky to Jacob Vanderwall. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Weak ball, and it will go to the second baseman, Sullivan, who will pick it up, and no chance to make the play over at second, but Parker Bates is in scoring position now with 2 outs. So not a great at-bat from Vanderwall, but enough to at least advance the runner into scoring position for Hal Hughes, who is batting .276 on the year. The LSU Tiger has had success in Michigan, 5 for 6 against the Battle Creek Bombers in the second game they played at C.O. Brown Stadium. That one swung on, high fly ball, and should get into the glove of the second baseman Sullivan, and it does for out number 3. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, Nico Cavadas is in there for a called strike. Count goes 0-1. That one not swung on and not hitting the strike zone, so ball makes it all even at 1-1. That one swung on and missed by Cavadas. 77-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch. Count goes 1-2 now for the Notre Dame infielder first baseman. That one's going to hit him on the shoulder. And count is going to be over now as Cavadas will get a free base as he was ahead 0-2. Or he was ahead 1-2, Burnett was on the mound. But Cavadas getting on with the hit by a pitch. Now Barron Radcliffe, 0 for 1 on the day, is he grounded into a double play last time. That guy Cavadas out. That one high and inside. Count's going to go 1-0. Cavadas reaching on a walk his last time up, and Barron Radcliffe's going to belt that one to right field, back at the track, and it'll be a home run for Barron Radcliffe. His second of this series. And the score is now 5-0 in advantage of the Kalamazoo Growlers. Going to take his trot around the bases. And so Cavadas will score, and not a double play this time for Barron Radcliffe, a double score. As the long ball, Vanderwall was all over it. It was high and just enough to get over that right field wall. As Vanderwall, you can kind of see as soon as he hit the wall, he realized not going to have much of a chance at it. Called strike there to Zach Daniels as the count goes 0-1 now for the future all-star man for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Time called by home plate umpire John White. Don't know exactly why he called that. Count goes 0-1. That one's going to miss outside. Now that's 1-1. That is the third, both of those runs go down as earned runs against Jimmy Burnett. That one is off. Count goes 2-1 now. That one swung on. Hal Hughes should be able to make the play over at short, and he does. 6-3 ground out for out number 1 of this bottom of the 4th inning. Jared Miller will step up now, hit by a pitch his last time up. Now he's going to set and deal, and swing and a miss there by Miller. And he's behind 0-1. It was the first pitch of his first at bat, so that was only the second pitch he's seen today. And now Burnett's going to set and deal the 0-1. Misses. Count goes 1-1 now. That one swung on and missed. Count goes 1-2 now. Some more scoring updates. The Fond du Lac Dockyfighters are taking the lead on the Battle Creek Bombers 2-1. Bottom of the 9th there. Last chance for the Battle Creek Bombers. Rochester 10-2 over Mankato. Kenosha 2-0 over Wisconsin Rapids. Green Bay up 4-3 on Lakeshore. Eau Claire 2-0 over Waterloo. Wisconsin Madison all knotted at 3 apiece. And just about to get started is Bismarck and Duluth. First pitch to Hall there is a called ball there, as it was Miller striking out there. And there's a called strike. Count goes 1-1 for Sam Hall. That one swung on, fouled back. Count goes to 1-2 now for Hall. Here's the 1-2. Misses inside and in the dirt. Count now even at 2-2. Sam Hall, Clemson University. Swings on that one. That one's going to get down in right field for a base hit. Hall's going to try for second. Vanderwall throws. That one is in there and caught by Hal Hughes and tagged out at second, so a single, and then thrown out at second. We'll be right back for the top of the fifth. Back here for the top of the fifth inning, the Rockford Rivets still looking for a score on the day. Only 2 hits for the Rivets thus far, compared to 5 by the Kalamazoo Growlers. First pitch is high, count goes 1-0 for Pat Leffler. That one missed the strike zone. Now it's 2-0 for Leffler. 2 home runs yesterday, grounded out to the pitcher. His first time up today. Rockford Rivets 2-8 in their last 10 games. That one misses. Count goes 3-0 now. Still not in last place, still 5.5 games in front of the last place Green Bay Bullfrogs, and a 3-way tie for 7th at 20-26. There's a called strike. Count goes 3-1 for Leffler. But there's only 2 teams in the South Division right now with 2-10 record in the last 10, as Leffler with a big swing and a miss there. And that is the Madison Mallards and the Rockford Rivets. And the Madison Mallards they're fine because they already clinched a playoff spot. Rockford, on the other hand, they are in 9th place essentially. That one misses, and it'll be a ball and a full count walk to start off the inning from Verbitsky. Verbitsky, 54 pitches on the day. Now Zach Segal will make his way up. Segal grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. First pitch there hits the outside. Count goes 0-1. For Segal, the Stanford infielders played short, played second, played third. Today is the third baseman. That one misses. Count's going to go 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Segal. Now he's behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 upcoming to Zach Segal. Check swing. Appeal over to first base. Instead he went. He will strike out swinging. Now Brennan Reback will make his way up. He reached on an error his first time up. So Reback will see the first pitch, 0-0, 1 out here, top of the 5th inning. Runner on first, that one's going to be popped right up the chimney. And now Hall will come over and snag that one. So a quick one pitch pop out there for out number 2. The 0-0 is going to be a chopper down the first base line. Cade Bunnell, he was the man that broke up the no-hitter that Verbitsky had going through 2 2 2/3 innings. Here's the 0-1, swung on, high fly ball the other way, and foul. Now he's behind 0-2. Verbitsky's over 60 pitches. This next pitch will be his 62nd. Leffler on first. He's been there ever since he got on with a walk. That one goes high. Count goes 1-2 now for Cade Bunnell. Bunnell, the Hoosier, with his fellow Indiana teammate at first. That one's on the outside of the plate. Count's going to go 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Missed the strike zone, and as essentially the entire Kalamazoo Growler team started to go off the diamond, Verbitsky was off the mound completely. I thought that was strike 3 there, but instead a called ball. Count goes full at 3-2. Let's see if Rivetsky can get it here. That'll be a line drive up the middle, backing up in center field is Zach Daniels. He'll catch that for out number 3. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th. Jason Sullivan, the leadoff batter for the Kalamazoo Growlers, will lead us off here in the 5th. As he fouls the first pitch out down the right field line. 2 singles for Sullivan thus far today. This game's flying by pretty quick here. Just a little bit over an hour here as we are in the bottom of the 5th. Count's going to miss. Count's going to go 1-1. Jimmy Burnett still on the mound. The 1-1. Hit the strike zone. Count goes 1-2 now. Sullivan steps back up. The righty on lefty matchup. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball just misses the outside of the plate at 82 miles per hour. Count now even at 2-2. Bottom of the 5th here. Growlers lead the Rivets 5-0. Nobody on, nobody out for the Growlers. 2-2 swung on, and a 3-for-3 day from Jason Sullivan as he smacks that one down in right center field. And Jason Sullivan has been cooking recently. He's on with a leadoff hit. Matt Mervis 0-for-1 today. Walked his last time up, struck out swinging his first time up. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Still nobody working in the Rockford Rivets bullpen. 68 pitches for Jimmy Burnett right now through 4 innings. And a pickoff attempt over to first. And now we'll get the 0-0 to Mervis. Kicks and deals. Way outside, good snag by Logan Michaels. Count goes 1-0. Another glance over at Sullivan on first. The 1-0. That one's going to go and be a wild pitch. And Sullivan will get to second. And now Logan Michaels is going to go say a few words to Jimmy Burnett who almost got his first pitch outside and away from Michaels. But a second pitch, Michaels had no chance trying to get that one. And so the count is 2-0 for Mervis as Sullivan advances to second base. The 2-0 misses high and inside. A little too much of an overcorrection there by Jimmy Burnett. Now it's 3-0, and he's threatening a 4-pitch walk of Matt Mervis. Here's the 3-0. That one's down the middle, called strike. Count goes 3-1 now for Mervis. Walked his last time up on a 3-1 pitch. A ball here, he could do the same. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped it up the chimney, and he slaps his bat down. Not happy with himself, as I believe I've seen him do that yesterday as well. Seems to be kind of his MO, is slapping the bat down when he gets weak contact to the ball. So 1 out now, runner on second, leadoff man there. Jason Sullivan got on with a single, got to second on a wild pitch. That one's going to be a bunt down the third base line, and it was fair for a while, but it drifted foul. So count's going to go 0-1. For Bower Sox. Bower Sox over 2 today. Ground out and a strikeout swinging. 12 ribbies on the year for Bower Sox. No home runs and a 300 batting average. Bottom of the fifth here, 5-0. Rivets are losing to the Kalamazoo Growlers. One runner on second with 1 out right now for the Kalamazoo Growlers offense. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. Nice 78-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch to put Bower Sox behind 0-2. Another glance to Sullivan on second. The 0-2 swung on. Hal Hughes will throw to third to try to get the force out to get the tag out as Sullivan was going. And some debate whether that was a fielder's choice or a hit here in the box. And it will be scored as a hit. So Sullivan on third, Bower Sox on first. First pitch misses high. Count goes 1-0. So Jonathan Foster on, 1 for 2 on the day. Bower Sox on first. That was going to hit the foot of Jonathan Foster. And so I think John White, the home plate umpire, didn't see it and was probably asking for confirmation from Foster that it hit him. And it did hit him, so now the bases will be loaded for Nico Cavadas. Hit by a pitch his last time up. Walked his first time up. And we're going to see a new pitcher coming in for the Rivets. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Dane Havman comes in with 1 out and the bases loaded. Havman, 6'3", 245-pound lefty out of Texas Tech thus far on the year. A 3.0 ERA in only 2 appearances, 3 innings pitched, 1 earned run in those 3 innings. 5 strikeouts, no walks for the Texas Tech sophomore. He is the power pitcher by far, as he's gotten 9 outs. The majority of them have been on strikeouts, and so an obvious big decision here from manager Brian Smith to try and get that second and third out, and Havman's the guy that can do it on strikeouts if there's anybody out of this bullpen that can. Trying to prevent any more runs from coming across the plate here as the score is 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Havman to Cavadas. Misses the strike zone. Count goes 1-0. It was awfully close. Here's the 1-0. That one called strike. Count goes 1-1, right? That spot where John White, the home plate umpire, seems to like it. And now here's the 1-1, 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 5th here. Cavadas swings and fouls that one back, I should say. Count goes 1-2. Cavadas scored his first time up after getting hit by a pitch. He scored on the Baron Radcliffe home run. Here's the 1-2. On the outside, count goes 2-2. Nico Cavadas, one of the All-Stars for the Kalamazoo Growlers. And he swings and misses at that one, and that's the exact reason Dane Havman came in that situation, is to get that crucial strikeout. And now Baron Radcliffe, who has a home run already on the day and one yesterday as well, is going to come up. This is going to be 2 power guys going against each other. And Radcliffe with 5 home runs on the year, 25 RBIs, 274 batting average. Now has Sullivan on third, Bowersox on second, who has wheels to score if he gets the chance, and Foster on first. First pitch hits the outside corner of the strike zone, called strike, count goes 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Thought about it, didn't go. Called strike anyway, and Radcliffe is behind 0-2 to Havman now, trying to strike himself out of the inning. Came on with the bases loaded and 1 out. Now 1 strike away from getting on, but could be 1 swing away from this game getting really out of hand. The 0-2 with 2 outs, bases loaded for Baron Radcliffe. Havman kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. And Dane Havman with 2 Ks on the board gets the Rivets out of it and keeps them alive just barely. We'll be back for the top of the 6th. First pitch to Kean O'Brien was a ball. Then he fouled one away. And more recently, just got a called strike in there. Count is 1-2, no outs for him. That one swung on in the dirt. And just got a piece of it. And he stays alive in the count. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. That one's going to get down for a hit in left field. So working himself into a hit with 2 outs. Great at bat from Kean O'Brien. Still no action going on in the Growlers bullpen. They're looking pretty comfortable right now with Verbitsky on the mound. Now Parker Bates swinging first pitch. He's going to pop it up. And a little Bermuda Triangle action there. And a little bit of a debate between Hall and Miller on who had that one. And I believe Hall caught it for out number 1. But it was very close over there. And a little Bermuda Triangle. But nonetheless, Sam Hall rights the ship and catches it for out number 1. So now 1 out, runner on first. 0-0 pitch up coming to Logan Michaels. First pitch he sees, called strike. Count goes 0-1. Top of the 6th right now. That one's a ball. Count goes 1-1. That one swing and a miss from Logan Michaels. Now the count is 1-2. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. Ball. Counts 2-2. Logan Michaels today struck out swinging. Flied out to center field, 0-2. Two is swung on in the dirt, and it will be a strikeout. Now Jacob Vanderwall making his way up with 2 outs. After leadoff batter O'Brien got aboard, but just not being able to get anybody else moving, really, are these Rivets. Verbitsky in 6 innings, only 3 times has he gotten the leadoff batter out, as that one is swung in into center field. It should be in the glove of Zach Daniels. So Rivets, 3 times they've got the leadoff batter on, and 3 times nobody scored in those situations. Nobody scored, period. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. Zach Daniels will lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out and a strikeout for the Tennessee outfielder. First pitch from Havman. It's going to miss. It is a ball. Count goes 1-0. Havman coming on, throwing 8 pitches and just getting the job done when the Rivets needed it most. Now the 0-1. That one swung on. Playable ball for Hal Hughes. The throw across the diamond is going to be off and out of play. And let's see if it'll be scored as a... I know it's going to be an infield single and then an error to get him to second. That is how it will be scored as. So, it will count as a hit, but the error moves Daniels to second, so their leadoff batter is on second. No outs. Jared Miller at the plate now. Miller hit by pitch and a strikeout swinging. That one is going to go over the head of Logan Michaels, and Daniels will advance to third base. So now Daniels on third with no outs. Shakes off a couple pitches from his catcher. Here's the 1-0. That one going to be playable ball for Segal. He's going to throw over to first there, and Daniels will score. Score is now 6-0. Nobody on now, 1 out. As of right now, that run will not go down as earned. As because of the error, the runner would only be on third right now. But one more base hit. If the Growlers get one more hit this inning, it will go down as earned. Called strike there. Count goes 0-1 for Sam Hall, batting in the 9 spot today. 1 for 2 is the shortstop from Clemson. Breaking ball there. 78 miles per hour. Called strike. Count is now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Just misses. Count is now 1-2. That one's going to be inside. Now it's all even at 2-2. Called strike 3. Sam Hall watched it go by him. There's a strikeout looking. And so now Jason Sullivan, who is 3 for 3 today, will step up to the plate trying to make it 4 for 4. Take another look at the Northwoods League scoreboard. Kenosha 4-0 over Wisconsin. Rapids, Green Bay 16-5 over Lakeshore. Madison 4-3 over Wisconsin. Eau Claire 7-2 over Waterloo. And Bismarck 2-0 over Duluth. Those are all scores that are going on right now as the strike is in there to Sullivan. We got a couple finals. Dock Spiders beat the Bombers 2-1, and Rochester beat the Mankato Moondogs 13-3. There's an off-speed pitch that misses just a little bit inside. now here's the 1-1 to Jason Sullivan from Dane Havman. Called strike there. Count now 1-2. Havman sets, kicks and deals. Swung on, foul down the first base line. Count stays 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Down to the third baseman, Seagal. Seagal will throw across the diamond. Loeffler, nice stretch. And the third out. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning. First pitch from Hal Hughes, to Hal Hughes, is hit to Jared Miller. Over at third base and thrown across the diamond for out number 1. So a quick 1-pitch ground out. Now Pat Loeffler making his way up 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk today. 2 home runs yesterday for Loeffler. Been unsuccessful today on reaching base by a hit, period. That one in the zone. Called strike. Count goes 0-1. Seagal on deck. That one misses. Count goes even now at 1-1. That one misses. Count now 2-1. After this game, the Rockford Rivets head home, take the 4-hour bus ride back to Rockford. As the 2-1's coming. That one misses. Count now 3-1. Take the 4-hour bus ride back to Rockford, and then it is a day off, and on Tuesday, a 2-day trip to Fond du Lac. And the 3-1's going to miss inside, and it's going to be a walk for Leffler, so he's going to reach base again on base on balls. And then after those 2 games in Fond du Lac, it is a 4-game series at home, a 4-game homestand versus, first off, Seagal now comes up. His first pitch is going to be a double play opportunity. Shortstop to the second baseman, over to first, and safe on first as Cavadas is called off the bag. And Garrett Brownell is the ump over there, and he said Cavadas pulled his leg, and Pachaki is going to come out and argue that one most likely, so it'll go down as a fielder's choice. And pretty quick conversation there to the home umpire, John White. Cody Pachaki is going to sit down now. And, I mean, probably the reason for Cody Pachaki that you come out and argue that and say stand up for your guy is because right now Rivetsky is at 84 pitches. This will be 85. If he hits 100 before the 9th inning, he is going to have to come out of the game and he won't get a complete game, and probably Cody Pachaki right now is rooting for him to get a complete game shutout here. That would be a really impressive performance from him. Pick over to first is unsuccessful. That 4-game homestand, 4-day homestand starts with 2 against the Lakeshore Chinooks, 1 the next day on Princess Night, July 20th, and then the weekend series, as that one's ripped for a hit. The weekend series is against the Kenosha Kingfish. First time that the Rivets have seen Kingfish in a long time. Only a 1-1 record versus the Kingfish, who are red hot right now. And first place in the South Division in the second half. Now it'll be Cade Bunnell making his way up. 86 pitches on the day for Kyle Verbitsky, his 10th of the inning. He was just so close to getting out of this inning on what looked like a double play. But after first base ump Garrett Brownwell said Cavadas' leg was, or his foot was off the bag. First pitch is in for a ball, 1-0. Bunnell doesn't go there either, and that one's outside. Counts 2-0. 2 outs here, and I'm sure Kalamazoo Growlers would not be happy at all if that close play results in a run. And now we're going to have a quick conversation between coach and pitcher. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. 2 on, runners on first and second. Now here's a 2-0 coming with 2 outs. That one's swung on, fouled back by Cade Bunnell. Bunnell today is 1 for 3, a fly out, 2 flyouts, and a single to right field. That single to right field was in the top of the 3rd with 2 outs. So he has some clutch 2-out hitting already today. Let's see if he can get a big hit here and at least have some sort of close play, as that one's going to get into the outfield, but Seagal will stay put, as that pickoff might have been in time. It was going to be close back there at second, but the ball just got away from the shortstop, Sam Hall. And now, presumably the 2-1 coming. Kean O'Brien on deck. Cabanel didn't go at that one. Count goes 3-1. The outside of the part of the plate for the left-handed batters has been a spot that John White has liked to call strikes recently, but we've also seen sometimes when right there he hasn't been calling them. That one swung on. This one should be a playable ball as Nico Cavadas' foot was definitely on the bag, and he makes sure to hold it on there a few extra seconds to prove his point. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th. First pitch here on the bottom of the 7th is a ball to Matt Mervis. Count goes 1-0. That one is definitely a strike at 77 miles per hour, off-speed pitch. Mervis 0 for 2 today. Fly out to the shortstop, Hal Hughes. Strikeout swinging and a walk as well. That one swung on, and it's going to be a foul down the third base line. Count goes 1-2 now. Dane Havman still at the dish, or on the bump, excuse me, for the Rockford Rivets. Havman's 1-2 through 1 2/3 innings right now, as he took over in the 5th inning after Jimmy Burnett finished through 4 1/3. That one's going to be fouled back. And luckily, I think that one fell harmlessly in the bleachers here. Burnett, his final line was 4 1/3 innings pitched. 7 hits allowed, 5 runs scored against him, and a swing and a miss there from Mervis. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, but 3 hit by pitches by Burnett. So overall, a tough day from Jimmy, but really for the most part, came out and did pretty well. Dane Havman, that was his 4th strikeout of the day, and he's only gotten 6 outs. So 4 out of his 6 outs have been strikeouts First pitch to Bower Sox misses high. Count goes 1-0. There's some action in the Kalamazoo Growlers bullpen right now as there's another ball. Count goes 2-0. It's number 9, Luke Boyd, the Baylor sophomore, originally from California. 6'2" righties warming up right now. Let's see if he comes in for Rivets next inning. Rivets needs 9 more pitches, and then he'll be put out of commission and will not be able to return, but he can always come back next inning, throw an inning that is 8 pitches or less, and then be allowed to return in the bottom of the 9th to try for a complete game shutout. 2-1 now. Swing and a miss, and now it's 2-2. 10th pitch upcoming. Bower Sox college teammates with Verbitsky. Penn State Nittany Lions, the both of them. Now the 2-2 with 1 out. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Dane Habman, who has really came out powerful here, and he has allowed 1 run to come across the plate. But been pitching really good thus far. Another Northwoods League scoreboard update. Let's see what final scores we got. Rochester 13-3 over Mankato. That's final. Fond du Lac 2-1 over Battle Creek. That's final. Kenosha 4-0 over Wisconsin Rapids. That's final. And then you got in the top of the 9th, as that one misses for a ball. In the top of the 9th, 5-3 Madison leads Wisconsin, and Green Bay all over the Lakeshore Chinook 17-5 right now at Joannes Stadium. Big crowd, or big game for that crowd there in Green Bay that has not seen a lot of offensive highlights this year. Not seen a lot of defensive highlights, not seen a lot of wins, and it's good to see them being successful in a couple games at least. As that one's going to be popped up. Backing up is Parker Bates in center field. Cam Sundreff for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Dane Habman. We'll be right back at the top of the 8th. First pitch to Kean O'Brien from the new pitcher, Luke Boyd, is low and away for a ball. And that has been one of the problems that Luke Boyd has faced this season, is throwing too many of those. 12 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 16 innings pitched, 17 hits allowed, a 7.31 ERA. And let's see if the Rivets are able to jump on the new pitcher now after the final line from Kyle Verbitsky. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 0 earned runs and runs total, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks, 0 hit by pitches as well, which is something that Jimmy Burnett struggled with as he had 3. The 2-0, that one is going to miss the strike zone, and now it's 3-0. On base percentage against Luke Boyd, the 6'2", 180-pound Baylor righty, is .408. The opponent batting average against him is .288. A whip of 1.81. 3-0. That one's going to miss, and Kean O'Brien will get on the bases with a leadoff walk. So no outs, runner on first now. Parker Bates making his way up. Parker Bates had one of those 4 hits against Verbitsky, a single in his second at bat. That was in the top of the 4th over an hour ago. So let's see what the Louisiana Tech outfielder can do now. That one misses. So 5 straight pitches by Luke Boyd, the Baylor Bear, to start it off. That one's going to hit the strike zone, and finally a good get-me-over pitch there for Luke Boyd to get at least 1 strike on the board in his favor this inning. That one's going to miss. Count's going to be 2-1. Kean O'Brien on first, bottom of the 7th here. No outs. 2-1 pitch up coming to Parker Bates. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Out of play on the third base side of the field, right above the Rockford Rivets dugout. On deck, Logan Michaels, who's really struggled today. Michaels in 3 at-bats has not gotten on base. The 2-2 up coming to Parker Bates. Kean O'Brien on first. Thought about it, didn't go. Misses outside. Counts now full at 3-2. Boyd's 10th pitch upcoming. Here's the 3-2 as Boyd sets and deals. Swung on, popped up, and it should get out of play down the third base line again. And a nice catch by some lady in a pink cat over there. So she catches that one, but not one of the Growlers outfielders. And count stays 3-2. Big 3-2 here. Rivets looking to put the first 2 batters of this inning on and possibly get a runner in scoring position. That will be swung on deep to right field. Backing up is Radcliffe. It goes beyond him. It one hops and gets to the wall. Parker Bates is on with a double, and the Rivets are in business, and it took them long enough. Top of the 8th inning here, but nonetheless, better late than never, I guess. And now, if you're one of the Growlers coaches, you probably sends a sign down to the bullpen right now because you do not want this to get out of hand. A coach will come out and talk with Boyd real quick. We'll be right back after that discussion's over. So after a conversation from Luke Boyd with his pitching coach, Mark Goodman, Goodman steps off, and now there's a delay going on because Sam Hall, the shortstop, I saw him leave during that conversation and say, I got to go do something in the bullpen, and now he has made his way back out. So he checked up with the umpire there and made sure he could leave. And the umpire gave him the go-ahead, and he came back a little bit late, but came back nonetheless. Logan Michaels now with the chance. 2 runners in scoring position for the Rockford Rivets. Biggest chance of the game thus far with no outs. Called strike there. And I'll tell you what, this is the type of play that we've seen the Rivets screw up in the past. As there is action going on in the Kalamazoo Growlers bullpen. And there's a swing and a miss. Number 29, Andrew Belsick, warming up in the bullpen. Logan Michaels down 0-2 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout today. Here's the 0-2 coming from Luke Boyd. 14th pitch of the inning for him. He sets and deals. Off the outside of the plate. Count's going to go 1-2 now. Good block there by Jonathan Foster behind the plate, who hasn't been his usual force at the plate today, but it's just been timely hitting, smart hitting from these Kalamazoo Growlers that is the reason that they're up 6-0. There's a swing and a miss, and it's in the dirt. And it'll be a throw over to first base for a drop third strikeout. And a big strikeout for sure for Luke Boyd, really trying to get his confidence up if nothing else. Now Jacob Vanderwall, 2 flyouts and a ground out today. The ground out to the right side of the infield should get the job done, as I'm sure the Growlers would love the shutout here, but that's not their priority. It's just making sure that this inning doesn't get out of hand. The 0-0 with 1 out coming. That one swung on, and a chance for the man on second, Sullivan, and he makes the play over there at first, and so it takes away all sacrifice opportunities, but Kean O'Brien does score. So not the ideal way to score there, but a run nonetheless, as Bates will advance to third. Now Hal Hughes with a chance to at least put this runner across and make it a 4-run game going into the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs now. 0-0 to Hughes. Thought about it, didn't go. Count goes 1-0. Luke Boyd, the way this inning started, I'm sure he's going to be plenty happy with getting out of it with only 1 earned run against him. Here's the 1-0. Boyd sets and deals. That one's on the inside. Now 2-0. On deck for the Rockford Rivets, Pat Leffler, who's reached on 2 walks today, but has 2 home runs in this series in the first game of the 3-game set. Here's the 2-0. That one swung on, popped up the chimney, a chance for Foster, and he makes the snag right in the heart of his glove for out number 3. We'll be right back. 1 come across the plate for the Rockford first pitch to Nico Cavadas was wild, and the second pitch hit him. And Cavadas, second time today that he's been plunked with a pitch, and so he gets over to first. Baron Radcliffe making his way up. On the first time that Cavadas got hit by a pitch, he got home because of a Baron Radcliffe home run. Let's see what he can do this time around. Now the 0-0 with one out, or with nobody on. With no outs and one runner on. Swing and a miss there. And Baron Radcliffe is behind 0-1. 1 for 3 today with that home run. Bottom of the 8th here. That one missed outside as the score 6-1. Kalamazoo leads the Rockford Rivets. That one swung on, line drive down in right field, and so a single there will advance Cavadas to second, put Radcliffe on first. The new pitcher for the Rockford Rivets is Anthony Dahl, taking over for Dane Havman. He threw one inning against Wisconsin Woodchucks on July 8th, 1 week ago today, and in that one inning allowed one earned run on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. That gives him an ERA of 9 on the year. Dahl, 6'4", 195 pounds, out of Valdosta State. Teammates with the Rivets' only all-star selection, Cooper Kane. That one, fastball to Zach Daniels, is fouled off. Angleton, Texas native. Throws with his right hand. Cavadas on second. Radcliffe on first. No outs here. And that one misses. Count goes 1-1. And that one's going to be in right field and into the glove of Jacob Vanderwall, who freezes Nico Cavadas and says, "Don't try and run on third on me." So now 1 out and 1 away. 1 away and 2 on. It'll be the number 8 man, Jared Miller, 0 for 2 today. Hit by pitches first time up, ground out and a strikeout as well. Miller out of Notre Dame, one of the many Fighting Irish baseball team members on this Growlers roster. That one's popped up, a chance for Segal, and he snags it over in foul territory. So one quick pitch pop foul out there, and all of a sudden Anthony Dahl has 2 on and 2 outs. Most likely, it looks like it's going to be Andrew Belsick, another Notre Dame pitcher, coming in for the end of the game for the Kalamazoo Growlers. 6-1 ball game here, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Cavadas on second, Radcliffe on first for the number 9 hitter, Sam Hall. First pitch goes outside, count goes 1-0. That one's a called strike. Count goes 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on high and into left field, and it will get down into the glove of Brennan Reback for out number 3. The last chance for the Rivets coming up. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 9th, just 90 seconds away. Pat Leffler will be the first opportunity for the Rivets to start a rally here as a ball goes high and outside. Count goes 1-0 for Leffler. He's reached twice today on walks. And he's up against the new pitcher, Andrew Belsick. Belsick on the season. 6'3", 230-pound Notre Dame pitcher. 4-1 record, 4.70 ERA in 3 games started. 28 2/3 innings pitched. There's a strike. Count goes 2-1. 18 strikeouts to 16 walks. He did start, he came on against the Rockford Rivets in the 7-2 loss on June 11th and allowed 3 runs, 1 of them earned on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. That one's going to hit Pat Leffler. And so Leffler getting his way on, and with that hit by pitch, randomly enough, with that hit by pitch, Leffler has set a single season Rivets record for most times hit by pitch in a season. That is the 9th time he's been smacked with a pitch. He broke the record that Zach Reams created last year. Zach Reams was hit 8 times in 2017 as they called strike in there to Zach Segal. Another Zach. But now Leffler in sole possession of the record with 9. Ryan Cole has been hit 8 times, so right behind him. That one's going to be high. Count's going to go 1-1. And now that one's swung on, foul down the third base line. Count's going to go 1-2, so Segal down to his last strike. Rivets are really going to need a rally here, but it's not been unheard of. In Wisconsin Rapids earlier this year, the Rafters were up by 9 runs over the Kingfish, and they scored 10 in the top of the 9th to come back and win that game by 1. That one goes way outside. Now it's 2-2. A couple of games that, or a couple other records that are on the verge of being broken. Triples, Vanderwall and Reback are only 1 away on the record of 3 as that one's popped up and caught by the shortstop Sam Hall for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. 1 away, 1 on, Leffler on first. No hits for him today, but 2 walks and a hit by pitch. And now Brennan Reback, the man who got his own name in the Rivets record book earlier today with his 31st walk of the season. It was actually yesterday that happened. Excuse me. That one swung on, popped up, and that one should get out to center field and into the glove of Zach Daniels, and it is. So a 1-pitch fly out there, and the last chance is the leadoff man, Cade Bunnell. Cade Bunnell, the last chance, 1 for 4 today. Not only does a win give these Growlers the sweep in the 3-game series out here in Kalamazoo, it also gives them the win in the season series as the Rockford Rivets won the first 3 games, but 4 straight have been won by the Growlers and 1 more out, and make it 5 straight. And unless the Rivets go on a tear here and can find their way into the playoff picture, most likely these teams will not meet again this year. Counts 0-1. That one's going to miss off the plate. Now 1-1. Pat Leffler still at first base. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Now down to his final strike, and the Rivets' final strike before a 1-game break tomorrow. 2 games on the road in Fond du Lac, and then a 5-game homestand against the Chinooks and the Kingfish, 2 of the top teams in the second half of in the South Division. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back, just enough to stay alive is Bunnell. Belsick again. We'll try and get out of this thing in 15 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Misses high and outside. Still staying alive here is Cade Bunnell. 2 home runs on the year for him. 10 ribbies, .231 batting average. The 2-2 coming to him. Called strike 3, and that'll do it. The final strike of the game, and the Growlers defeat the Rockford Rivets by a score of 6-1, coming off of dominant pitching and clutch batting. That's going to do it for me. Final game in Kalamazoo this year, definitely in the regular season. And I want to thank you all for joining us. Hopefully we'll catch you again on the radio, on Rockford Rivets Radio, here on YouTube Live at Fond du Lac, the 2-game stretch. The final game is that the Rivets will play there. And then it'll be a 4-day homestand with 5 total games. Hope to see you at the stadium for that one. My name is Scot Gladstone. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night and get riveted.